Hey there, yogi. Welcome to another practice. I'm Chelsea. This is Luna, who literally won't come on camera unless I have her actor's fee now. She won't. So that's fun. Anyway, today's video, enjoy your journey. Ugh, that was really spitty. Gross. Is focused on just that. It's enjoying the journey. Sometimes we get so focused on our goals that we want to focus on the destination, but we forget to look out the window and enjoy what's along our path to our goal or our adventure or whatever you want to call it. So today's practice is reminding you that it's okay to take a break along the ride so that you can have a little bit of fun, cultivate some joy, and as I said, enjoy the journey. You'll need a bolster. We're going to do supported fish, so if you don't have a bolster, maybe a rolled up blanket or a couple blocks that can go together, or maybe you can just do regular old fish pose if you're not into supported fish. But yeah, so you'll need a bolster for that. Grab your mat, comfy clothes, and I will see you in just a few moments, my friend. Hey there, friend. Welcome to another practice. Enjoy your journey. I'm going to have you start in corpse pose, shavasana, comfortable position for you, whatever is restful and restorative. For some people, it's just not fun to lay flat on your back, and maybe depending on where you're at in your day or life, maybe this moment in time, it's not comfortable for you. So take a position where you can settle in and rest. I like to slide a bolster under my legs when I'm in my shavasana. So you can work your way down onto your mat and start to settle in. Like I said, in Shavasana, you can take the fetal position on your side. Maybe you like to do a half corpse pose, or maybe butterfly legs are your jam. So settling in and beginning to tap into your breath. So noticing how your breathing is. And now taking that a little bit deeper down into your belly, expanding and contracting, and continuing to stay with your breath. And now taking a few moments to check in with this body that you have, noticing your alignment as you connect with your mat and your breath, and taking a little bit of time to lean into some tense spots you might have and seeing if you can release them. Maybe you're holding things up. Sometimes it's hard to settle in and really let all of your limbs relax. So taking time to really just release things and kind of, sigh it out if you need to. The practice today, enjoy your journey. So this week my theme was joy, but I've talked about joy before. I did a Cultivate Joy video, and so this one is more focusing on your journey. We all have goals, we all have points A to B to get to, but it's very, very easy to forget to enjoy the ride, to look at the scenery, stop and smell the roses, all of those cliche sayings that we've heard over the years, but they're very true and useful, as I'm coming to find out. So as you continue to connect with your breath, you can close your eyes if you haven't done so already, soften your gaze. You can do that as well, but take some time to reflect on your yogi journey. Maybe some of you haven't been doing yoga very long, that's totally cool. Maybe some of you have been doing yoga forever, that's also totally fine. But we forget these journeys that we go on, these adventures, because we focus on what's at the end, and that can give us tunnel vision. So take a moment to appreciate your yogi journey, whether it's been long or short, steady or not so steady. Because it takes a lot. It takes a lot to do yoga. That's why not everybody does it. It takes a lot to grow. That's why people choose to stay in stagnation. So acknowledge yourself, appreciate yourself, and know that this is where joy comes from. Joy is authentic, it comes from your heart. And so celebrating your accomplishments can build a great practice around joy. Take 2 more breaths where you are, sitting with that journey that you created. And of course there's going to be bumps along the way. It wouldn't be an adventure if there wasn't. So acknowledging those, but not being too judgmental if mistakes were made, or if there are things you wish you had done differently or started sooner, or whatever. Let those go. For now, we're going to bring them back in just in just a little bit though. But it'll be good, I promise. Now you can bring the soles of your feet together for reclining butterfly, allowing your knees to sink down towards the floor, and continue with your deep belly breathing. If you're looking for a little bit more oomph in your legs, you can slide your feet closer to your pelvis. But if you're experiencing any sort of like knee pain, or maybe your quads are tight, you can slide your feet further away from your tailbone so that there's not so much tension in the leg muscles. And as you move through your practice, paying attention to your transitions as you go from pose to pose. The goal is to get into the pose, but we're focusing on how we get there, the travel along the way. And then once you land in the pose, notice how it makes you feel. Again, not attaching or judging, but it's good to know which poses make us feel relaxed and relieved, and which poses maybe agitate us a little bit. And agitation is totally fine. Growth pains are real, so discomfort is necessary in this world that we live in. Take 2 more breaths in your reclining butterfly. Sinking a little further every time you breathe out. And now I invite you to reach for your bolster. We're going to do supported fish pose. We do it a lot, but it's a good heart opener. And as I said, joy is in the heart space, and so enjoying things. Lots of heart openers are good for that, especially if you're feeling a little stuck. Maybe you're in a repetitious pattern with your thoughts, which I've been experiencing lately. Heart openers are good if you feel a little closed off. So you're gonna take your bolster to the bottom of your back, and then you're just gonna lay on back. You can straighten your legs, you can do half corpse legs, you can do butterfly legs. So find that sweet spot for your body and start to come into your pecs, your shoulders, this upper torso area that's opening up and expanding in this posture. Staying with your belly breaths, but notice how your chest rises and falls. You're gonna stay in your fish pose. I'm gonna rise so I can see you. So I had mentioned we're gonna bring your shoulds, woulds, your worries back into play, your what ifs and what have you. So maybe just picking a few. We all have lots of worries and shoulds and what ifs that pop into our brain space from time to time, but I just want you to bring forth like maybe some that are like you're currently grappling with, and just bring those to mind, these worries. Maybe like 3 or 4 of them, I don't know, maybe it's just one specific thing, but bring it forth in your mind and sit with it. Notice how it makes you feel. Notice if your breathing has changed. Sometimes just these thoughts that we have can wreak havoc on our bodies. And so now imagining this worry or the worries as big storm clouds just rolling through. They're dark, getting ready to rain on your parade. And now visualizing the sun coming out. Bright, big, brilliant sun just starting to burn through those clouds, making them dissolve and dissipate, and letting your worries melt away. Continuing to sit with this visualization I had this come in a stress management class I took in college. We used a whiteboard, so it was a little bit more like hands-on. So if you're one of those people that you kind of need like visualization and to do stuff with your hands, you can do this on a whiteboard where you just write your worries and then draw some clouds around them, and then you wipe them away based on how relevant they are. Because a lot of our worries, we don't need to worry about them. They haven't come to fruition yet. Those moments haven't even happened. So continue to burn through those clouds with your brilliant, brilliant light. Sing for one more breath. Now you can slowly come out of your fish pose, move your bolster up to the side. God, my mat just is all over the place today. It's one of those days where I like get easily frustrated. So like when my mat moves, I'm like, curse word. I won't say it. Okay, anyway, focusing back in, you're going to plant the soles of your feet for half corpse pose. Deep breath in as you push your hips for bridge. Maybe reaching a little higher than normal. This is yet again a heart opener. And these postures, especially like supported fish pose, they're really good for text neck. So a lot of us are getting that like scrunchy thing going on because we're on our phones a lot or we're on the computer, all those screens. So even if you're not feeling closed off, but maybe your shoulders are starting to slump forward, you can do these lovely, lovely heart openers. These postures that keep our posture normal and balanced. Deep breath in as you exhale, rolling down vertebrae by vertebrae. Now you can bring your knees into your chest, few side to side Rockies. Not the Rocky Mountains. That was a terrible joke. Terrible, terrible. Oh my goodness. Come back to center. And now you can take some rock and rolls back and forth. If these aren't for you, you can just come up to a comfortable seat, but you won't be there for long. So if you're rocking and rolling, one more, and then moving to boat pose. So grounding down through your sit bones, you can tap a heel if your balance is a little off today. Otherwise, feet in the air, arms extended out to the side. And if you want to go a little bit further, you can, straighten your legs. There we go. And staying rooted down on those sit bones for 2 breaths. Again, coming into appreciation for the body. This isn't an easy pose to do, and so feeling out some accomplishment for being able to do this wherever you are if you're tapping your heel. You can slowly come down to that seated position. Take the legs wide for straddle. There we go. Hands can stay here if you're neutral spining, or you can slide them forward. Hinge from your hips as you come into your forward folded straddle. That's not really what it's called. It's fine. Words are hard. Connecting with the sit bones so that you're not pushing your weight too far forward, and then your heels will also be glued into the floor. And you may have your knees flat. I always have a micro bend in my knees. And especially right now, I have so many injuries, not injuries, tight spots, a couple injuries, which I'll get into in a wee little bit. You can come back up to a neutral spine, deep breath in, twist up to the right, and exhale to fold over your right leg. You can reach for your toes or just frame your leg with your hands either or. If you are reaching for your toes, focusing on opening up through the left side, and again, watching this journey. So we're currently in the destination, but now that you're here, focusing on what's happening in your body and where things are opening and activating. Breaths going into the left ribs. Carefully come back up to neutral. Deep breath in as you twist up to the left. Exhale, fold it on over, framing or reaching for the toes yet again. And now checking in, noticing how things changed. We really want to focus on the body. We always focus on the body clearly, but it's good to get in there. It pulls you back to the present. And that's really what enjoying the journey is all about. To quote Aerosmith, life's a journey, not a destination. And it truly is. So when we enjoy the ride, we stay present, we don't miss things. But if we're so focused on the end game that tunnel vision comes in, and then all the things that are outside our windows kind of fall away. You can come back up to neutral and come back to a comfortable seat. So yes, present with the breath, present with reality, what's going on right now. Drop your hands behind your hips. Deep breath in as you lift your heart to the sky. Head can drop back a little bit. Be mindful of your neck. And you're still rooting into the sit bones, so we don't want to push the ground away too much with this. Little bit of a back bend, getting our spine freed up. That's our communication highway. And now coming back to neutral. We're going to take a mudra, so you're going to take your pointer finger, middle finger, ring finger, and touch it to the tip of your thumb with your pinky extended. You're gonna, woo, that's the rock on sign. you're gonna do this on both hands. There we go. So I've got a wrist thing on my right side, so my pinky is like, the hell's going on? Anyway, okay, so pinky extended, and then ring, middle, and pointer finger on the thumb. Then you can rest those in your lap. And close your eyes down, sinking in with the mudra and noticing what comes up, how you feel. And again, with any yoga, anything, if it starts to give you anxiety or makes you uncomfortable to the point that like it's not okay, come out of it. Mudras can be very, very powerful. And so if it's not a good time or it's making you feel like yucky, don't do it. However, this mudra is Hansi Mudra, which is this inner smile. So it focuses on cultivating joy and happiness. So continuing to come into your breath with this mudra. It also promotes upper body breathing, so you may feel some opening in your throat and your nose and your chest. And this is also a lovely way to support your immune system. We have all these little points in our fingers that connect to the elements, the planets, our body. And so that's how mudras are so powerful, is because it's accessing certain points to do certain things. 2 more breaths with your inner smile mudra. You can carefully release your hands, open your eyes, and then move into tabletop. So on all fours, coming into cat-cows, just taking a few rounds, dropping the belly as the gaze goes forward for cow. And then as you exhale, tuck your pelvis round the spine towards the sky, not too much, and drop the head for cat. Cat. I almost said cow and cat is the same word, which would have been weird. We all know how I like to make up words, so I'm sure that'll happen at some point. But taking in how the body is reacting, how the body is moving, how cat-cows make you feel. You can stay with your normal cat-cows, or you can get your alternate head cat-cows going. So as you inhale to drop to cow, you're going to turn your gaze off to the right, and then as you exhale, roll up into cat, neutral, neck, crowns bowing towards the floor. Inhale back into cow, looking to the left now, and exhale back up to cat. Take a few more rounds of these, going from side to side with the neck when you drop into cow. Take one more round each side. And you'll come into tabletop.